Natural Alexandrite is one of the rarest and most expensive gemstones in the world. For a high-quality 1-carat natural stone, you can expect to pay between $3,000 and $20,000 per carat, depending on the clarity and sharpness of the color change. Exceptional stones over 2 carats can exceed $70,000 per carat. Alexandrite is a rare and highly prized gemstone known for its extraordinary ability to change color, often referred to as the Alexandrite effect. It changes from green or bluish-green in daylight to red, purple-red, or raspberry red under incandescent light. This unique optical phenomenon is due to traces of chromium replacing aluminum in its crystal structure. When looking for gemstones that refract light, choose the afternoon, and preferably before rain, when the sun creates a special atmosphere in the air that creates the illusion of cosmic, unreal light. Every gem is twice as visible in this light because the refraction of light in gemstones is much more pronounced. When I notice this phenomenon, I run to the field like a flash. Pieces that have a high refractive index immediately stand out clearly and are easier to find. However, Alexandrite is impossible to detect immediately. Maybe, when you take the stone in your hands, if you are more experienced, you can guess what it is by moving the stone up and down and from right to left of the sun. Alexandrite in nature looks like any ordinary stone and is difficult to distinguish. In this video I show what is probably currently a mega large piece, probably the largest in the world. Although I do not change the light too much in the video because there is daylight all the time, you can still see the drastic change in color. The amazing thing is that very often when I go in search of meteorites, I always come across extremely rare crystals and gems. I find meteorites and crystals by farmers collecting all the rocks from the fields and leaving them at the end of their meadow or in a place where everyone leaves the collected rocks from the fields together, so it makes my job a lot easier, because I have all the found rocks with all the meteorites from an area of 5x5 kilometers in one place. And when I visit 3 or 4 such piles that I know are regularly collecting rocks from the estate, I will definitely find a few crystals and small or large meteorites. It is an incredible feeling when you realize that you have just found the most incredible and most sought-after gem in the world. I did not intend to publish this, but the interest is extraordinary, and it also confirms my whole story from the beginning. I recorded a video and I hope passionate collectors will enjoy it. Watch. Even the reddest professionally polished ruby in the world looks pale and whitish in the open sun. If the crystal is transparent, then too strong sunlight will almost completely discolor it. But by bringing it into the shade, you can see very clearly how pronounced the pleochroism is and what colors are inside. So, the first test of a new gem just found is first the morning sun, because I am interested in the color change in the sun, then in the shade, as well as the transparency, and then a lamp in the depths of the room where the sun's rays do not reach. Of course, I compare it all the time with my earlier find. All 3 gems are generally colored in an extremely beautiful pastel green-blue color, but this is not really visible in this shot because they are constantly moving to better see the color changes. The patina applied by time and the strongest sunlight gives the gem a faded appearance and changes color, but when the stone is removed from the strong sunlight and the lamp is turned on, only then does the color begin to burst forth with all its powerful energy, and the colors in the gem change extremely with the change in light falling on it. You can imagine when naturally patinated stones have such colors, what it looks like when these gems are professionally faceted and polished. Wow! Since they were found in alluvial deposits, all 3 are quite rounded. Structurally they are almost identical, although one is almost twice as thick. But the chemical composition is certainly different because the shades are different. The thicker the stone, the more material the light has to pass through, so the colors are darker. When light passes through the stone, its color changes, and when this happens on one part of the stone, we see a magical color change depending on the light that reaches somewhere. Under a lamp that gives off much weaker light, of course, the colors are much denser and completely different. Actually, it is about the electromagnetic nature of light and the reaction of the atoms that are part of the crystal lattice. Look, chrysoberyl is not that rare and does not change color, but in a precisely defined balance of microelements chrysoberyl changes color. Only such chrysoberyl is Alexandrite and it is extremely rare, Alexandrite, in addition to changing color under different light, has a very pronounced pleochroism, and any change in light and angle, i.e. the position of the stone, changes its color. The crystal structure with 3 wedges is clearly shown here, because it is clearly visible that each stone is a colorful color, depending on which wedge is at which angle of light. The very warm sunlight and shadow give a very different color, which is clearly visible in the video. The color transitions and iridescence are beautiful. Enjoy! Alexandrite, emerald by day, ruby by night. The crystal structure in which chrysoberyl mostly occurs in nature is exactly the same, and the chemical elements that cause chrysoberyl to change color, even in the shades that we see here in the video, are exactly the same. I do not know such a pastel green or extremely strong burgundy blue with a purple green tint in any other gem that has such a structure. If we add to this the completely identical reaction to UV light, hardness, and specific gravity, which are exactly the same as in gemology textbooks, then the probability that you have an Alexandrite in your hands is really high. The video shows 3 pieces of Alexandrite, all 3 of which are, in my opinion, AAAA categories, each in its own way. Of course, I go to the window for daylight and then move them to the light of a bulb. So, I do not treat them significantly with light, but the color change is obvious and very intense. Light is an electromagnetic wave that changes the color of a gemstone by affecting the atoms that are the structural parts of the gemstone's crystal lattice, which essentially depends on the exact ratio of certain chemical elements in the gemstone. In fact, it is very important to understand this phenomenon correctly, because the distortion and retelling of scientifically proven facts misleads many, and ignorance leads them astray and then they draw completely wrong conclusions. Look, it's simple. The color in crystals is caused by the interaction of light with similar electronic structures of the material, primarily through absorption, reflection, and refraction. Alexandrite changes color due to the Alexandrite effect, a phenomenon caused by chromium ions within its chrysoberyl crystal structure that selectively absorb light in the yellow and dark blue regions of the spectrum. This absorption creates a narrow transmission window, allowing the stone to primarily transmit green and red wavelengths depending on the ambient light source. Under daylight or fluorescent light, which is rich in blue and green wavelengths, the stone appears green or blue-green because these colors are reflected while red is absorbed. Conversely, under incandescent light, such as a candle or lamp, which is richer in red and yellow wavelengths, the stone appears red, purple, or raspberry because more red light is reflected while less of the green/blue components are absorbed. The specific atomic arrangement of chromium causes a drastic reversal of this balance between the 2 types of illumination, overriding the normal color constancy mechanisms of the visual system. Described in more detail. The dramatic color change of Alexandrite is the result of the interaction between chromium ions, Cr superscript 3, and the orthorhombic crystal structure of the host mineral chrysoberyl, Bl2O4. When chromium replaces aluminum in the lattice, a specific electron energy level is created that absorbs light intensely in the yellow region, approximately 580 to 600 nanometers, and to a lesser extent in the blue region of the visible spectrum. Crystals certainly have a positive effect on the human psyche, and you can especially feel the positive excitement and play of colors and vibrations in them when you look at them. In the video, you will see a significant difference when you look at these 2 pieces of Alexandrite and the vivid color in them, and the other 2 crystals that have a beautiful blue color, but do not have the vivid play of light in them like Alexandrite. The real magic happens when you have 2 sources of light and with each change of position the gem changes color. Only a chemical composition that has a precisely defined ratio between the minerals, Cr, gives this effect and is extremely rare in nature. I know that the crystals are huge and that many people automatically dismiss the possibility that this is Alexandrite, but this is a completely authentic mountain that creates crystals that are mostly large because the volcano ejected large amounts of lava from great depths, which is clearly visible in the rocks that are not the usual lava that is seen in the surroundings of volcanoes, but the entire rocks are actually sapphires, rubies, chrysoberyl, etc. I am a child born in a volcano. I sleep under the glow of happy stars, I bathe with bears and wake up to the quiet murmur of a fast mountain river. Meteorites and gemstones love me. I don't look for them, they call me. I offer you prestige and a leading position on the world gemstone scene. My gemstones are in many ways the best in the world right now. Of course, only if I am right about everything I have stated here, and the probability of being wrong is very small. All interested, passionate, serious collectors and scientists can contact me via email, urkjsn@gmail.com.